Everybody, another look at Bucket next to R2 Build-a-Droid. I wanted to take a look at sizes, diameters, things like that. Okay, now I can't take Bucket's head off, but I can get a pretty good look inside there. Now, if you can tell, Bucket's whole body here would fit inside this shell, and he would be a standard size droid at that point. And also notice this is a build-a-droid, right? Look at the shape. Now it's a little bit, well, it's a lot smaller and not as pronounced because it's not going to be used. But if you look at the shape, it's a very similar shape. It's not the same, but it's a very similar shape. Now, I don't think the same make at all, okay, R series wise, but very similar. All right, now, since I've got the dome off, I was slightly mistaken in my other video. The eye, the port right there, is indeed smaller, but the eye part, the lens part, would be smaller, not really the frame. Not so much the frame smaller. Okay, let me see if I can tilt him back a little bit more. Trying to do this as least shaky as possible. You know what he looks like? He looks like a Clone Wars figure. I'm tired. He looks a lot more like a Clone Wars figure than a Build-a-Droid. You know what? Look at that. Look at the shape of the housing here and the shape of the house. He's Clone Wars. Yep. Notice that tiny little detail. Booyah! You saw it here first. On my dumb little channel. Okay, now as far as build, let's look at straight standing up. Right? Okay, Bucket. There we go. Straight standing up. Are you compatible? Yes, I would say you're compatible. Put a shell over top, and that's the same leg. Okay? Maybe a tiny bit shorter. Now, if you look at the way they're put together, he has more of a chopper looking, a big, large foot. And the lighting, sorry. Now I don't know what they are in the Star Wars universe, but in this universe, those are battery boxes. On the inside, those are battery boxes in this universe. I don't know what they are in Star Wars universe, but those are definitely different, but needs cover. Maybe that needs that side cover. Maybe that's got the cover that needs that side cover. Interesting. I'm trying to not be shaky. I'm using a handle on this camera, my phone camera. Now, see how far up. Since he doesn't have a retractable leg, he has a removable leg, he has a retractable leg. How far up would it go? All the way into a shell, if the shell was there. Yep. If he had a shell, it would be all the way retracted into the shell. Because you can see, let me see. Get the order here. Feet here. Oops. Get him leveled out. Good enough. His ankles are tilted, so yeah, double jointed ankles. That's cool. Alright, so if you can see, he is right in line. If his foot, okay, if R2's foot was to retract into his shell, it would retract right where Bucket's is. They thought this figure out. Bucket's cool. I really like this one. But one funny thing, okay? Now, he's wearing a pilot's helmet, okay? I've got Kaz right here. His helmet, Bucket's helmet, is a lot bigger than Kaz's helmet. Who was that for? I'm going to say Ninum. Because that is a huge helmet, or some Celestin. That's cool, because I actually did that. I took a 12-inch R2 and a 12-inch scale helmet, and it was real small on MFR. I have MFR up here, and I took his dome off, and I put the helmet on top. I was like, that doesn't look quite right. So I might have to scale him down to something else. But I want to make a bigger Bucket. That sounds funny. I want a really big Bucket. Okay. Now, continuing to look at Bucket some more. Let's look at the backside. Man, they did a really good job on this figure. They really did. Okay. Game Changers Bucket shows, right? Ball jointed legs. That's a game changer in the world of droid building, guys. I don't know if y'all know or not. That might seem like a little detail here, but as far as building droids, I don't know that that's ever been done, and it has always been frowned upon to not do anything that's not right. And you don't get to, if you don't follow the rules, you don't get to join the cool kids clubs. You don't get to sit at the fun tables. But yeah, that's a game changer. Double jointed ankles. Okay, that's another game changer. So y'all, droid builders, R2 builders, anything goes with a droid. Okay, I am nowhere near purist. MFR 3, 4, and 5. Okay, I've designed my own set of droids. I've made made them all in figure form, and anything goes. Anything goes on a droid. There's no bad droids. But I'm looking at his eye here. Based on the shape of the bezel there, that makes me think he came from a Clone Wars cast that was brought on from I really like this figure. Really, really. Something else I wanted to check is, okay, well, being on a ball joint makes it hard to say if he's narrower or not. I'm going to say he's a tiny bit, he's a tiny bit narrower than R2 up there. Okay, well, there we have it. A slightly more middle of the night in-depth review of Bucket versus a build-a-droid R2D2. Working through an LCD. Oh, Ashens, I feel your pain. And man, why I can't wait till we get like a voice synthesizer there for Bucket. There's one for R2, but it's lame. It really is lame. I've seen one, but it's so lame. It doesn't do very well. But Bucket might be more interesting to do. BB-8 would be interesting to do, but everybody just wants to use the same sound files and not produce more. I would love to produce more. Okay, anyway. There is a little bit better look at Bucket. Man, the details on this thing are really good. The crooked back bars. Love that. It's soft plastic, but I forgive them. What are they going to do? Put a metal cage on it? You know? And the bare bones look. And he doesn't care. Unlike Chopper. Chopper really cares. He's been trying to get his leg for all that, 3 episodes? For 3 episodes before he donated it to help AP5. I want AP5. I really want an AP5, and so does Bucket. Bucket wants an AP5. See that? See that? That's the look of determination to get AP5. He wants AP5. He swears by the, what is it, Bucket? He swears by the fiery yellow eyes. He wants an AP5. Okay, thanks. Out of here. Bye-bye.